Mr. Satish Jain, TS and BD Manager and the LRA, XLR INSC, that is Allnex Resin India Private Limited. He's going to be talking on the Resin Revolution, transforming industrial coatings. So it's going to be a very interesting presentation and talk on the Resin Revolution. And Allnex being our main sponsor also. We're very, very thankful to you, sir. Can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Satish Jain from Allnex Resin India Private Limited.
सर आपको नहीं लग रहा बड़ा ठंडा ठंडापन लग रहा है, कोई ना ताली बज रही है ना कोई बात हो रही है ना। देखो ये पेंटिंग का प्रोग्राम है सर, यहाँ पे अपने आप लोग ताली बजाते हैं और अपने आप सब हेल्प आउट करते हैं हमारी, लेकिन अब मुझे लग रहा है कि मुझे आपकी हेल्प आउट करना पड़ रहा है। तो एक बार जोरदार ताली बजा दीजिए, बिकॉज ऑलनेक्स इज टाइटल स्पॉन्सर एंड इनका जो आज ये टॉपिक है ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक है। हम लोगों को समझना चाहिए कि मैंने जैसे स्टार्टिंग में आप सबको कहा कि यहाँ से कुछ ना कुछ ज्ञान की बातें आप लेके जाएंगे, और जब तक आप एक्टिव नहीं होंगे तब तक आप कुछ कर नहीं पाएंगे। एक्टिव होना बहुत जरूरी है सर, और एक्टिव होने के लिए मैं समझता हूँ कि अभी थोड़ी देर चाय भी पिलाएंगे, ऐसा नहीं है, और सब काम करेंगे हम लोग जिससे आप एक्टिव रहें। शाम को भी वो सब काम करेंगे जिससे आप एक्टिव रहें, और सुबह जल्दी भी उठ जाए। मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि इतना एक्टिव कर दें कि आप आराम से थक के सो जाएं। तो चलिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां फिर से और मिस्टर सतीश जैन, ऑलनेक्स रेजिन्स।
I think the energy is still low. Everybody, I'm just going to take 2 minutes, sir. Everybody, let's put left hand and right hand. Everybody, left hand. One hand side to right hand. Eight fingers. Let's put a finger. Everybody together. 8 fingers. 2 fingers. Everybody, please. People at back, you have beautiful hands. 3 fingers. 4 fingers. Let's have a huge round of applause, everybody. So 1 to 2 sessions coming in. Mr. Satish, over to you.
Thanks, Mr. Manish. Good evening, everybody. So I'm going to present on the resin mainly, which is going for the industrial coatings, which is mainly focusing on the metal coatings. In this, I'm going to cover the introduction to the different technology and what are the products we are having to cover and meet the market requirement. So when we are talking about the paints, the main function what we are talking is the decoration. Wide variety of colors, gloss levels and the textures. When we are talking about the protection of the substrate, which is the surface of different kind of surface like metal, where we want to protect from the corrosions. When it comes to the wood, we want to cover or protect it from the fungal attacks. The other criteria what we can see, the sign indications, for example like road marking paints or the fluorescent paints which is used for the advertising and for the different sign applications. So when we are talking about the different categories, ISO standards, which is ISO 12944, which is a categorized and giving clear indications what are the different categories are there, like C1, C2, C3, C4. C2 we can cover from the low, medium and high, where we don't have the expectation for the salt spill resistance, but it needs at least 48 to 120 hours of the humidity resistance. C3, which is ranging from 120 to 200 micron DFT and needs salt spray minimum 120 hours to 480 hours, and humidity resistance 48 hours to 240 hours. When it comes to the C4 kind of category, the DFT range from the 160 to 240 microns, and it needs at least 240 to 720 hours of the salt spray and 120 to 480 hours of the humidity resistance. When it goes to the industrial application, C5, the DFT is ranging from the 200 microns to which may be high up to the 320 microns, and the salt spray requirement is 4 480 to 1440 hours of the salt spray. And humidity resistance, which is 240 to 720 hours is the basic requirement for the paint industry. So when we are categorizing this C1, C2, C3, C4, the different layers we can see. For the C1, where the performance requirement is not there, mainly for the salt spray resistance, we can use a monoport systems and which can cover the basic requirement of the industrial coating. When it goes to the C2 category, we have to apply primer plus top coat. Then for C3, we can go for the multiple layer like shop primer, intermediate primer and top coat. And for the high performance, we have to go for the multiple coats like shop primer, intermediate coat and the top coat. So depend upon the requirement, different resin systems are there. Like for a monocoat, we can use polyurethane resin, acrylic resin, alkyd resin, polyester resin and epoxy resin, which will cover basic properties. For medium performance, primer plus top coat, which is mainly primer based on the epoxy chemistry, top coat based on the polyurethane resins, acrylic resins and alkyd resins. And for the high performance, which goes for the multiple coats, shop primer generally use the epoxy primer. Then for a primer, epoxy system again, an intermediate coat, high yield epoxy. For top coat, again the polyurethane resins, acrylic resins and polysiloxane type resins are used. So when we are talking about the different innovations and what are the market needs, Allnex is trying to cater what are the requirements are in the market and how we can cover that. So when we are talking about the regulation and sustainability, bio-based raw materials are demanding. Low carbon footprints, which is trying to be, people are going to the lower side, mass balance, high solids, low VOC, low weight, where energy saving wanted to say, do, no release of hazardous material. So in this category, Allnex is trying to use bio-based raw material, green across the technologies, the NISO systems, which is a non-isocyanate systems, which is a Acure system, Ketex systems, and all acrylic systems. That system we are having. And hazardous chemicals like tin, formaldehyde, BPNI free, that kind of products we are trying to manufacture. So low energy curing resins we are having, and other resin which is mainly high solids, low viscosity, which resulting into the low VOC kind of products. Delinkings is nothing but when we are wrapping some material with the newspaper and all, the ink is getting leaching. So to avoid that kind of technology also we are covering. And as far as the performance is requirement for the market, improved performance is looking, improved appearance, low dirt pickup, stain resistance, improved weathering resistance and multi-substrate adhesion. So the paint should have a multiple adhesion on the multiple surface. For that, we are having a paint which is a DTM, direct to metal, e-secure system which is available in solvent based as well as water based system. Mainly the chemistry is epoxy based. The new generation polyurethane resins, water based systems, low energy curing or dual curing systems, the resin which can be cured with one component as well as two component systems. As far as the functionality is considered, the market is demanding for the special effect, conductive, anti-static, self-cleaning, self-healing, low dirt pickup, improved matting agents, anti-fingerprints, and to cover this kind of technology, market requirement, we are having improved performance resins, which is a self-matting resins also we are having, then fire resistance and dual cure systems as well as soft fill touch coating also we are having. So then the next topic which market demands is which all customers like, that is the cost. Everybody is thinking how we can lower down the cost. So the thinner, less layers, low bake, faster drying, low cost resins, fast return to service, robustness in application, and compact process. So the fast cure technology, what we are having in solvent-based systems, which resin, two component systems, resins which can be cured within a 45 minutes, and we can go for the car polishing after 45 minutes. So that kind of technology we are having. Robustness, economical grades, and the product which is low temperature curing also there, where we can do the saving in the energy cost, as well as 3-port 1-bake systems, which is saving the energy. So to get this market requirement, we have a technology which can we can give an answer to the market requirements. First technology what we can see is a 1K system, which is mainly the air dry. This technology is drying and curing is a physical or oxidation and self cross-linking. So main resins which is used in this is alkyd resin, which is short oil alkyds, medium oil alkyds, long oil alkyds. And as far as the acrylics are considered, it's a thermoplastic acrylics, which is a fast drying and which gives a multiple effect, or which gives a very good adhesion on the multiple surfaces. Epoxy, which is a cationic epoxy esters also we are having. And the alkyd resins, which is we can do the different modification to boost the performance of the product. So in solvent bond systems, we can see that the primer, which is a one component system, to cover the C1, C2 category, we have a resin like a Settle 142, which is having a 60% solids, fast drying, and which is having a very good adhesion on the ferrous as well as non-ferrous substrate. Yellowing resistance, good adhesion on the galvanized as well as non-ferrous substrate. Settle 2129 BX55. This is one of the best product what we have seen in the performing very well in the market. And for the C2, C3 category, for the drying, fast drying, yellowing resistance and very good adhesion, again we can use the Settle 142 XX60. For 1K and 2K adhesion to the steel, non-ferrous substrate, high corrosion protections, the Becopox, which is a base on the epoxy chemistry, Becopox EM460. And for a fast drying, good adhesion and good anti-corrosive properties, we can use Duroxy EF935. To cover this one-port system, which is the air drying, which will cover the C1 to C3 category, drying, fast drying, yellowing resistance, we can again use product like Settle 142, Drokit 6195, which is a chain stop alkyd, Settle 229, and for the brush up, very good brushability, smooth leveling, Settle 286, which is based on the white spirit with the 70% solids, which is very good product for the solvent-based enamel as well as the general protection paint. Fast and through drying, the thick layers, and to get the good abrasion resistance, we can use Vialkyd 550 with the 70% solids. And for the drying, water resistance, dirt pickup resistance, the product which is available is Settle 1261 with the 51% solids, and Settle 2129 BX55, which we can use for these C1 to C3 kind of categories. So when we are moving from the solvent-based technology to the water-based technology, we can see that there is a lot of market expectation and three assumptions are there. That water-based need to meet all the requirement of the solvent-based paints. Customer expect some better performance, as there is no law in Southeast Asia to promote the water-based technology, but some of the companies who are taking the lead and taking initiative and developing water-based paint, that is one of the things we can appreciate, especially from the India market. Corrosion occurs in presence of water, oxygen and acid, and water-based additives naturally like a water, thus the performance is poor. That kind of thinking is having in the people's mind. So water-borne resins and additives are more expensive than solid-borne. For formulation challenge, water-based require the coagulating solvents and co-solvents, which are the organic solvents with the high boiling points. Need to balance a dry film thickness and the coat time, as well as the open time. Hot and humid climate like Southeast Asia doesn't favor high film build-up. Very high thickness films need to coat and achieve a minimum optimum DFT. Volumes are still smaller to development task and it will take a long time. Need to make sure that whatever these samples are available, there are a lot of demands are coming from the markets. But as per the demand, these samples should be available with everyone so that we can meet market requirement as per the demand. So we'll just see what are the different products are there for waterborne technology. For waterborne one component systems, to get the high gloss, hardness as well as adhesion, Residual 6150. This Residual 6150 is a core shell technology. It's a combination of alkyd and acrylic. Alkyd resin, which is having very good penetration, but slow in drying, which gives very good leveling, but it poor into the exterior durability. The other side, we can see the acrylic resin. Acrylic resin is very fast drying, and we can meet the exterior durability. So we made this core shell technology, and combination of this alkyd and acrylic 6150 resin is there, which gives very good performance, and this product can be used for the waterborne enamel. It can replace our normal solvent-based enamel with this water-based enamel, plus it can be used for the protective coatings also. And other resin, which is a Duroxin 2406, which is a cationic epoxy ester, which is also one of the best product. This product we can use for the multiple application like metal coating, wood coating, as well as for the wall coating. For the wall coating, it gives the alkali burn effect that can be neutralized, even the anti-staining property we can achieve. For the metal, when we are using for the metal coating, we can able to achieve the salt spray resistance up to 500 microns. We are using this resin. And for the wood coating, we can get a tannin blocking property using this resin. We can use this resin as a clear coat. Another resin is a Bakerbox 2120. Again, we can use as a one component system, epoxy. We can able to achieve salt spray resistance with this 750 hours by using this resin. For a top coat one component air drying systems, a good drying and as well as good adhesion, again we can use Residual AY6150. For blocking resistance, Setaqua 6781. Fast drying and yellowing resistance, Setaqua 6472. And for fast drying, high gloss and suitable to direct to metal application, we can use Setaqua DTM 6919. So if you see the different resins like Residual 6150, we can able to achieve salt spray around 200 hours with the film thickness of 47 microns, and we can easily get a gloss up to 80 units with this. Setaqua DTM 6899, which is from the Europe, we can get a salt spray of 320 hours, gloss around 76 units. And this resin we can do the force drying also, like a 60 degree for 40 minutes. Setaqua 6850, which is again from the Europe, we can able to get salt spray resistance around 320 hours at a 60 micron DFT, and gloss which can be achieved around 82 units. Setaqua 6918, which is from the China, the salt spray we can achieve around 300 hours at the DFT of 60 microns, and gloss we can get more than 90 units. Another resin is Setaqua 6919, which is we can get 500 hours of the salt spray at 60 microns, and the gloss we can get more than 90 units with this. So we'll move to the two component systems, which is mainly based on the epoxy primer, mid coat, and polyurethane top coats. We have a Bakerbox EP384. with type 1 epoxy, which is mainly for the metal as well as for the concrete applications. Becobox 385, which is improved version of 384. Then Becobox 386, it's a flexible, improved adhesion, and we have seen that without any anti-corrosive pigments, we can able to achieve a salt spray resistance more than 500 hours. Becobox 387, which is a medium flexibility, moderate drying, and which can be used for the metal as well as for the concrete applications. Becobox EP2384, which is type 1 epoxy, excellent corrosion performance, like more than 1,000 hours we can achieve with this. Becobox 2392 with the 70% solids, type 1 epoxy, which is mainly used for the zinc-rich primer. And Becobox EP147, which is a liquid epoxy, high hardness. It can be combined with the solid epoxies also. The next one is the amine hardness, which is Becobox EH. This EH is indicating the hardener, which is used as a hardener. Becobox EH613 with the 80% solids, which is a fast drying, very good corrosion performance, and which can be used on the sandblast-based surface. Becobox VEH2849 with the 80% solids, which is having improved stability. Becobox EH616 with the 67% solids, improved salt spray resistance. Then Becobox VEH2106 with the 80% solids, and Becobox VEH2188, which is 55% solids, which is hydrophobic in nature and is having very good adhesion and use very good pot life also. For a Becocure 2261, which is a solvent-free adduct, excellent corrosion resistance, we can get a corrosion resistance more than 1,000 hours. Becocure 2100, which is again a solvent-free, good curing at a low temperature. If you see the different epoxy resins, which is Becobox 2384, which we can get a pot life is around 1.5 hours, but the salt spray we can achieve more than 1,200 hours. Highest salt spray resistance we can achieve with the 2392, combining with the 2849, and this will have a pot life more than 4 hours, and salt spray is more than 1800 hours. So like this, different combination, we can see that right from the 600 hours to 1800 hours, we can get the performance by combining the different epoxy systems. So let's see what are the different options for the primer for the two component systems, which is solvent-based epoxy. It's a Becobox 2688 with the 80% solids, and Becobox EH2240, which is gives very good, which gives the high solids flexibility as well as the adhesion, and to get the from the waterborne side good corrosion resistance as well as VOC, we can use Becobox 2384 with the combination of 2188. So this slide represents the easy cure systems, so which will be give a feeling like similar like a solvent-based systems, which is a high molecular weight base, containing low residual, low molecular amines, and this resin we can use in a different way. When Becocure 2261, when we combine with the 2384, we can get a fast drying as well as very good hardness. And if customers are looking for a more flexible resin, we have an option of Becobox 387, which can be combined. And this combination, we can able to get salt spray more than 1,000 hours. And this system is proven for the railway applications, and with the different application like robotic application, spray, airless spray application, normal spray application, this resin has been proven working very well. As far as the polyurethane resins are considered, which is widely used, and this is a technology which is used from the edges. Polyurethane, we can see that which gives a very good high gloss, excellent exterior durability, chemical resistance, mechanical properties also excellent with this, good abrasion resistance, good water resistance, good adhesion to the variety of substrate like metal, plastic, wood as well as the concrete. So we can see that the 2K polyurethane resin, which is used in a wide range of applications like automotive industries, marine protective coatings, railways, industrial woods, motorcycles and different plastic coatings also. So mainly we have a product range which is brand name under the Cetalux as well as the Macrinal. We don't have the hardeners which is isocyanate based, but the combining with this acrylic resin, OH functional acrylic resin with the hardener, and we have a wide range of the product which is ranging from the low OH to the high OH as well as low solids to the high solids, which gives excellent performance and which can be used for the clear coat as well as for the pigmented systems. So 2K, mainly the drying is the reaction between this OH functional acrylic resin and isocyanates, which gives a very strong urethane linkage and which gives excellent performance. The acrylic resin, which is in low, medium and as well as high solids. So the hydroxyl content, which gives the indication that the performance, how it will perform at different levels. So if you see the guideline formulation, in general formulation, we can use acrylic resin range from the 55 to 75%. We can use some pigment to get the colors, and if you are making some primers, we can use some extenders also, which is from 2 to 25%. Additives to enhance the performance, like improve the leveling, getting mar resistance, that additive we can use. Then UV absorbers, hulls, catalyst like a tin catalyst we can use, which improves the hardness, and some solvents, which is a combination of solvents used to balance this. So the another technology what we are having, this is the fast cure systems. Fast cure systems, which is Cetalux 1272 with the 70% solids and 4.2 OH, and Cetalux 1276 with the 60% solids and 2.7 OH. The advantage of this product range is that these products can be dry very fast. For example, when we are giving a car for the repainting, definitely a garage person has to wait for overnight. And next day he can go for the polish. Same day he cannot polish. But if we are using this fast cure system, the same day the car can be polished, and this car can be polished after 1 hour. And this is we are not using any kind of hot air or oven, but normal air dry system. With the normal air dry systems, we can bake these resins and get the performance as per the requirement. So these are the called as the fast cure systems. So these are the different products again we are having, which is, you can see it from the low OH like 1.4 OH with the solids of 60%, and higher OH like a 6 OH. And these are the products which can be low solids, high OH, as well as low solids, low OH as well as the high solids. So depend upon the end applications, like when a customer want to use for the primer application, definitely need a product which is low OH, which can be dry faster. Isocyanate consumption will be lower, so that the finished product cost will be also lower. The primer function is mainly to get a very good adhesion to the substrate and to the subsequent coat. So with this, a product like Macrinal SM540, which is 1.4 OH with the 60% solids, which is excellent adhesion on the different substrate, like different plastic as well as on different metal. This is having excellent adhesion. Then Cetalux 1200, this is a little bit higher OH and giving good performance as a primer as well as top coat. Macrinal SM540, which is a mid-performance product which can be used for the clear coat application as well as for the top coat applications. and Cetalux DA163 with the 63% solids and 2.7 OH. So these products, which can be used for the different application and as per the market requirement or the customer requirement, we can design a product using the different products like low OH product with the high solids and meet the customer's requirement. So I just wanted to indicate you this monocoat system, Macrinal 2815. This can be used as a monocoat system. Means we can use directly directly on the metal, and we can get an excellent performance. Like we can get more than 500 hours of the salt spray. This product is having 5.5 OH with the 70% solids. Another system which we can use also for the monocoat system, which is based on the polyester resin, is Duraphthal 2828, which is again can be used for the monocoat systems with the 6.5 OH, which is very high, and 75% solids. This gives excellent performance like a chemical resistance, exterior durability, as well as we can get a very good corrosion resistance with this. And for the fast cure systems, as we discussed, the Cetalux 1276 with the 60% solids, 2.7 OH. Then another product is 1227 with the 3.6 OH, and with the 3.6 OH again with the 75% solids, we are having a product Cetalux 1923. For the waterborne technology, again we are having a wide range of the resins, which is ranging from the 3 OH up to 4.2H. Because of time constraint, I'm just going a little bit faster. We can use this resin for the air drying application as well as the force drying applications. We can see that the OH, which is ranging from the 3 OH up to 4.2H. So depend upon the requirement, what kind of curing or what kind of the property customers are looking, we can select the product from this. So advantage of this waterborne technology, again the less pollution in the environment. Storage stability is excellent with this product. High reactive if compared with the one component systems, and excellent chemical resistance and mechanical resistance. Only the drawback is very similar to a solvent based system, like we have to mix component 1, component A and component B together. Only the waterborne technology, definitely I would like to share that. For a waterborne technology, we cannot visualize the pot life. The viscosity remains constant. So just to identify what is the exact pot life of that product, we have to see that after different interval, we have to apply the paint and see the gloss. If at a particular time, say around after 4 hours, if gloss is getting dropped, we have to get an indication that this is the pot life of the water-based paint. So that we have to keep in mind, like not like a solvent-based paint. Solvent-based paint, the viscosity getting pick up, but in water-based technology, the viscosity is not getting pick up. Over a period, the gloss is getting dropped. And one more drawback we can see in waterborne technology, we have to add higher amount of isocyanate, because this isocyanate also reacting with the water, so that to get the proper OH NCO balance, we have to add at least 1:1.2 isocyanate in the formulations. So that's all from my side. If you have any query or any doubt or any additional question, please let me know. Otherwise, we are having a booth just across this dais. We can discuss, we can meet and we can discuss.
Thank you so much, sir, for the technical presentation. We are very, very honored to have you. And may I please request Mr. H.C. Satyanarayan from Allnex Paints to kindly come up on the stage and felicitate our guest, Mr. Satish Jain from Allnex Resin India Private Limited. जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. And Allnex being our our main sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. We're very, very thankful. And with your support, it has been a wonderful journey for Paintvision for Asia. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.